from whatever little I know about his professional experience, he has been working for long with Shapurji Palanji as a head of facility management pan India, something similar to what Sana Kazi has been doing. And he's been been an achiever in his professional career. Currently, I think he is now also striving to be an entrepreneur, if I am not mistaken. And he also has some experience in doing farming on a small scale at Kadwai. So he's going to share some of his experiences with us.
Thank you. Before I start my presentation on my quest on farming, I would like to take a look at this slide and why I chose this as a slide. See, essentially all of us from Kadwai and nearby villages, we all have land. Am I right to say this? We all have land, our forefathers' land, right? And we all take great pride in talking about it. माझी इतकी जागा आहे, माझे इतके आंबे आहे, माझे इतका हे आहे, ते आहे. But and I was party to it. I was listening to all these years. But the bigger question for me was, what are we doing about it? Of course, we had our own careers to take care of, our own reasons to become urban dwellers, right? We all had that. But then we only spoke about it. And we took great pride in talking about it and doing nothing about it. So there came a time when I saw my land. My father one day showed me my land, or his land, and I saw that all was happening was the way it remained the way it was for many years. I mean, there was no care taken, there was no watering done, there was nothing that would call us or our forefathers as, possibly as farmers. There's nothing happening on that front. One day what happened, the place where I live, there's a stream, water stream flowing, and I was standing there. And across the stream was, khet hai, sare khet hai, and one of the khet was belonged to us. And the adjacent one belonged to somebody else in the village. What I noticed was, it had become a dumping yard. It had actually become a dumping yard. And I kept looking at it, and I sort of argued with my father and my people in my house. Hey, what is happening? What are we doing about it? No answer. I had no answer to it. Time passed, and every time I visited there, I saw that the dumping yard was increasing. And that was the trigger point. That was the trigger point for me, and my wife used to keep telling me, "Tumi asas bolat raha hai, karat na." Okay, so it was a trigger point for me that very soon this dumping yard, adjacent to mine, is going to reach the space which belonged to us. Mind you, that space which belonged to us is only about 5 gunte or 5,000 square feet. Right? It's only about that. So in the month of January 2019, when I stepped into the village with my family, I said, this is it. Now no more thinking about it, no more analyzing things, no more talking about it in thin air. I am going to do it. What I am going to do, I don't know. But I am going to take care of this land. I am going to at least take care that this is not going to be another dumping yard. Right? Now how do I start? I didn't know what to do because I have done no ABCD about farming as such. So there was no point in talking to people who were taking pride, right? Actually, there's no pride. So I spoke to a villager who does labor job, who does fencing jobs, who does the basic groundwork. I called him one day and I said, "Hi जागा बघा आणि मला सांगा इथे काय करायचं." So he said, "साहेब तुम्ही fencing लावून टाका. First put a fence, then toil the land, toil the soil. The soil will tell me what all can grow there." Right? This was the trigger point. And then I realized a bigger thing, that this is not easy because it requires capital. Even to do a small piece of land of 5,000 square feet, I had to put my hand in my own pocket many number of times. I said, "Ye mega sauda hai. Why should I do it?" You know, it was one step forward, three step backwards. And I was now, talking to myself, asking myself, why am I doing it? I have a good job, I have a cushy job, I am a urban dweller. मैं यहाँ क्यों करूँ? जैसे चल रहा है चलने दो, हम खाते रहेंगे. No need of toiling this. But then, as I had, told myself and told my family that, hey, this is it. मैं अब करूँगा. ठीक है? So I got this fencing done. I toiled the soil, and I would like you all to take a look at the pictures, rundown of how it was, and how it is now. So got some pictures. Yeah. So just go back. So this is the slide I chose because today I realized that the fun lies in doing it and not only talking about it. Because I never had this idea of going commercial. I didn't know what I would do with it, but I wanted to do it. That was the most important point, right? It is very important to know what lies beneath the soil, right? So this is the place, and I have started calling it the Green Gate. Incidentally, there is a very funny story. What happened, why I call it Green Gate is, this gate what you see, actually I told that painter to paint it white. But as things are, he painted it green. Okay? And before I could shout at him, I realized, fine, green to green, it has to be green, right? The soil. I'm going in for a green project. And then it struck me, why not call it the Green Gate? So I called it the Green Gate. Some things are incidental. It was just coincidence. So this is the piece of land. This is how it looked before. This was the dumping yard I was talking about. And after clean up and all that, this is how it looked. This is about 2 years back. What happened was, the journey started in what all to grow there. So I started growing everything. What all I lay my hands on. Somebody told me bananas, somebody told me papayas. Incidentally, because of my background, I got hold of a horticulturist who was from my own company. And I called him from my place. I said, tell me, what do I do with this land? So he said, tell me, is the soil red, black, what? So I sent him pictures. He said, okay, fine, I'm sending you a plan, do that. So now who will do it? Who will do it was the bigger question. So I realized that I only have to put my hands in soil. And fortunately for me, I had about 2 people who live in the outhouse of my village house, a couple who helped me. Right? This is the lady, Bismillah. Her name is Bismillah. So that's my father, that's the house, this is the street, and this is the place. So this is how the work started. Some tarike ke sabzi, whatever I laid my hands, and another realization was where to get the seeds from. I didn't know. So again somebody told me, Sanmeshwar Laza, there are some shops there. Believe me, this also was learning. Taking a bus, going to Sanmeshwar, and seeing that shops. And I never knew in my entire life that I would click snaps of these shopkeepers. Phawda hai, seeds hai, all that. So I clicked just for, I said, कहीं ना कहीं मेरे को ये याद आएगी तो मैं ये दिखाऊंगा कि मैं ये दुकान में भी गया था. And then he gave me all those watermelon seeds, etc. etc. This is how the work started. This is beans or paute in colloquial in Konkani language. This is what is grown in part of that soil or part of that, and it grows in abundance. ज़्यादा quantity में होता है. Now what do I do with it? What do I do with it? I distributed it. The first person I distributed is to your aunt, my neighbor. First person.
Is it in Bhiwad?
She knows
So Rafal's mother, right? First I said, this is for you. Okay. Tomatoes. Yes. And then came this my favorite, watermelon. Actually, I didn't know how it grew, whether it grew on trees or on
कौन सा माइक होता है ना कौन सा माइक होता है
So every new thing that I learned was an eye opener, awakening call. I said, good, this is how it's going to happen. This is just for cucumbers. Okay, this is how it looks today. And this is what all I'm growing now. Bananas, coriander, bhindi, guava, sweet melon, green chilies. All this is happening.
थोड़ा सा आवाज थोड़ा तुमको
On the sense.
The entire, should I repeat this?
No,
Repeat करूं?
बोलो फक्त थोड़ा
This is how it looks today. This is what I'm growing. And the entire journey of 2 years with 1 year of COVID. Finally, this time when I went, जब मैं गया इस बार, just take the next step. Slight smile. Hard work that
You all have smiles, see you
somewhere.
You all have smiles.
Thank you. So finally, little smile on my face because finally I was happy. Right? Next.
Next one.
There's some learnings which I would like to share with you all. What we see here is it's not easy. Let me tell you, we all like to dream. We all like to be farmers in our own way. I'm sure all of us like when we travel, we like a green patch of land. We like mangoes, seeing mangoes grow, bananas grow. We all like all that. But let me tell you, it's an arduous and very difficult journey, right? Especially if you're not from that field and you don't know anything about stuff. These are some of the things which I thought I should chalk down. You need courage. You need absolute courage to get into this. Especially if you are an urban and city dweller और आप एक जॉब कर रहे हैं, आपके पास छुट्टियाँ नहीं हैं, you have to go to the village and get into this. You need courage for this. Commitment. I don't need to discuss that because you need commitment for everything in life. This is what I felt you need special commitment. Right? Conviction, because there are so many people telling you different stories, different things, what to do, what not to do. Of course, they have never done it, but they would like to advise you. Advice is for advice. Cooperation. Cooperation in the sense, without my family, I would not have done it. Without their push and what should I say, sarcasm, I would not have done it. Because there was a time when I thought to myself, I will not do this. I am leaving this and going. But then that push was necessary. And then what do I do with so much land? Whatever land I got. Capital. I spoke about capital. Believe me, without capital, nothing happens. But here, it told me a different story. Even to plant one tree or a poda, the land, the person, the water connections, the electricity, what all goes into it. One never envisaged this. Absolute ignorance. Maybe a lot of arrogance also, but absolute ignorance. So capital. Lessons learned. If you don't have subject knowledge, don't do it. I mean, I learned it the other way. Gain knowledge, then do it. Gain knowledge, then do it. High level of patience needed because it took me almost 6 months and multiple number of travels because I used to take the night bus, work throughout the week, take the night bus, go to the village, reach in the morning, spend two days, again take the night bus, and this I did multiple number of times. It requires patience, right? Time management. This really taught me time management. For sure I will not give up. And this is very important. When I saw those flowering, those buds flowering and the watermelon coming up, it gave me immense satisfaction. And when I actually saw the fruits coming up and the vegetables, it really gave me immense satisfaction and happiness. Last but not the least, vision without execution is only hallucination. You have to have a vision, but you need to execute it. Otherwise, it either remains a dream somewhere, or you start hallucinating, talking about it, aisa hua, waisa hua. So, whoever is interested or whoever wants to do it, or during retirement, after retirement, whatever it is, you need to take the next step. The dreams are there, but you need to execute. That's what I do. This one slide I put because now the next journey has started. The farming part sort of has taken direction. Now next thing I said is, okay, now this needs chickens, this needs goats, because it's an entire nature, abundance of nature. Now one thing is supporting the other, right? So all in all, why not get into a farmhouse? This is just a thought at the moment. That's why I put this slide. Right? Thank you very much.
I have a question. Irfan, can you just go back to the second last slide? झोंका तो नमाज पर पहिला आज लोकांनी शिकवणं शिकवलं नमाज पढू का?
This one.
Yes. I have a couple of questions over here, going by point wise. I'm sorry, I'm between your lunch and this question, very important. You have learned through a hard experience, and I was one of them who has visited your farm, right? And I've been a proof of that. That's why I was very happy to know it. A number of us in this room have a lot of land which is lying. Now, when you have said you have, do not pursue your subject knowledge, now you have already gained knowledge. Would you be ready to help others?
100%. Whatever little knowledge.
Guidance.
100. Record it.
Well,
Yes.
second question. You already have answered it though, but to make it more clear, सगळ्यासाठी एकदम साफ. आत्ता जी तू शेती केली आहेस, मी कोकणीमध्ये बोलतो. आत्ता जी शेती केली आहेस तू, शेतकरी आम्ही, मी पण तू पण. तू शेती आता जी केली आहेस, it was very much experimental basis to understand whether an individual like you and me, Hatyaja Basen, we have all worked in MNCs and 9 to suit good tie. Sorry, Irfan, just a minute. Do you have any plans to take to the next level where this could be more of commercial farming rather than only experimental personal satisfaction?
So, at this
And if you have that thing, how big would you want to go? Or how big would you suggest that crowd should go?
So at this moment, as I said, there is no such plan going commercial at this moment because it is still in stage 3 or stage 4. But what plan I have is that sustainable farming, number one, that is in my mind, and the extension to that, making it a farmhouse, bringing in some other features into it.
You can.
That is how. In between, if somebody guides me or if I gain knowledge on making it commercial, then I have other piece of land or other pieces of land which I would really like to get in.
Last question. For this, what is the kind of capital that you have invested? If you recollect a statement that I passed when we met in Kadwai, that I'm challenging the law of capital for a business.
You told me, yes.
This is right. Alhamdulillah, by God's grace, alhamdulillah, Allah ka ihsan hai, I've been successful with
Zero capital.
I told you, remember that I discussed this, we just touched base. So what kind of capital would be required to do such a small scale? Even I'm talking of personal, my service karta hu. What kind of capital would be required?
See, I must have spent not exactly,
Approximately.
approximately a lakh and above. And if you don't include the travels and the cost of travels that I did, then about around 1 lakh rupees.
So worth it.
100%.
Thank you very much.
At the end of it, the financials at the end say you have done it for your satisfaction degree, but he put it commercially, if you want to go for it. So at the end of that 1 he put in, the words cannot be calculated because it's your heart that you put inside. But financially, was it a plus or minus? That's it. You gave it to people, all that is okay, but the words wise, what you grew, what was definitely worth it. Commercially.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are breaking here for